Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is JC, and what I want to do is bring like a Guardian Legion tanking guide. This current patch right now is 7.2, I believe. I know in June 7.2.5 is supposed to be coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. There's going to be a lot of class changes. But right now, the Guardian is in such a good place. It's unreal. I can almost smell a nerf coming. I hope it doesn't happen, but I just absolutely love my bear tank. And I want to bring this guide because I do a lot of Mythic Plus healings. I do a lot of raid healing on alternate characters. I have a heal spec on this guy as well. He's like a 904 in my heals. My bear tank is only 900. And as you guys can see, I'm missing a gem. It kind of irritates me. But and I'll inspect these druids because I'm like, dude, you are taking way too much damage. Like, what are you doing wrong? And I see a lot of druids who don't spec correctly, like whatsoever. And it's so important that like spec means everything when it comes to a bear druid. I mean, gear, yes, but using your abilities when you're supposed to. I see a lot of druids, they don't use iron fur, and it's like, dude, that right there is the bread and butter of a bear tank. So I'm gonna go through the talents. I'm gonna go through what I find is the absolute best, really works for me, and we'll go through everything step by step, and then hopefully you guys can get a better understanding of the bear tank, because this class right now is just in such a good place. He's so fun to play, and I just want to share my knowledge with everybody. So in our first tier, we're definitely going to choose Blood Frenzy. Thrash also generates 2 rage each time it deals damage. That is freaking huge, especially, I mean, Bristling Furs is nice, but it's on a 40-second cooldown, and then Brambles is really nice for like AoE damage. Whenever you hit your bark skin, it reflects up to 9,500 damage, or I'm sorry, 1,400 damage to everyone around you. So it's really nice for damage, but in my honest opinion, through the whole gist of the fight, especially being that Thrash stacks up to 3 times, and with your new artifact, whenever I get to it, it can just trigger an additional Thrash, is just super freaking handy. So definitely Blood Frenzy. Every time it ticks, you gain 2 rage. I am never ever starved for rage. In my opinion, Wild Charge is a no-brainer. A lot of people do Guttural Roars so they can have an extra Stampeding Roar, or it lasts longer. I don't really care for that. I just do Wild Charge. Having that an actual charge when you go into bear form, it's a 15-second cooldown. Super handy, especially when you got DPS who just don't pay attention. They just want to be on the top of the charge. Charge in, save the day. Restoration Affinity. The main reason why I use Restoration Affinity is because I have the Eco Wrath Creators of Worlds. So being that it increases my Thick Hide, Astral Influence, blah blah blah, and Yisra's Gift by 75%. Yisra's Gift heals you for 1.5% of your maximum health every 5 seconds. If you're at full health, it'll just heal someone who needs healing. I have that increased by 75%, which, so you're at like what, 2.5% of my health at 7.3 million hit points. I mean, it heals me for like 300 and some K every 5 seconds. Super handy, helps out the healers, and it really helps me whenever I'm just pulling AoE trash mob, not in a dungeon. I love it. I never die. It's insane. Mighty Bash, I use it for a second non-boss interrupt, basically. I mean, it's a 50-second cooldown. It sucks. I know your Skull Bash is only 15-second cooldown, but just being able to have that second, interrupt or stun, whatever you need, whenever Skull Bash is off cooldown, super handy. I don't really see Mass Entanglement useful whatsoever. I don't really see Typhoon useful whatsoever. I mean, blasting people back, Mighty Bash is kind of a no-brainer to me. Your 75 talents, this is where I see a lot of people choose Soul of the Forest, or a lot of people choose this Incarnation Guardian of Ursa. Now, this improved bear form may come in handy, yes, but it's on a 3-minute cooldown. It only lasts for 30 seconds. It's just, to me, it just seems like a DPS type thing. And as of right now, on a tank, I don't really care for a bunch of DPS. I mean, yes, I do. I already do plenty of DPS as it is. If we pull, full trash mobs, I mean, I'm usually up between 600k to 900k DPS, I mean, as a bear, with the setup that I have. So This is stupid. Galactic Guardian is by far, it's insane for rage generation. Your damage has a 10% chance to trigger a free automatic moonfire on that target. And not only does it hit that target, if you have, say you charge into 6 guys, it'll hit 3 guys, 4 guys. I mean, I shoot moonbeams everywhere. It's insane. And then when it occurs, the next moonfire that you cast generates 8 rage and deals 300% increased direct damage. The damage little bonus is nice, but it's just a free 8 rage. I mean, it's free cast, and then it generates 8 rage. It's a no-brainer. That's, to me, this is by far the best talent of this choice. I've used this one here, the Incarnation Guardian of Yursak. I don't think I've ever used Soul of the Forest. I think that's wasted. But this, just go with this right here. Your level 90 talent, I've tried Earth Warden. It just doesn't seem to have enough thorough output. Guardian of Elune is nice. Mangle increases the duration of your next Iron Fur or Mark of Your Soul by 2 seconds. It's, like I said, it's nice. But me, personally, I just like to reduce the cooldowns of Bark Skin and Survival Instincts by 33%. Survival Instincts reduces all damage you take by 60%. You have 2 charges. I mean, you go from a 3-minute cooldown, I have it to a 2.6. I mean, so this is really between you. I mean, if you want a little bit of extra survivability, like throughout, I guess Guardian of Elune would be nice. But I don't know. I like being able to use my Bark Skin and my Survival Instincts sooner, I guess. I mean, that 8 seconds there really, to me, it makes a difference. I mean, that could be life or death. And then the 100 talents, I use Rend and Tear. When in bear form, Thrash also increases your damage dealt to the target and reduces your damage taken from the target by 2% per application of Thrash. Like I said, with Blood Frenzy, you can get 3 stacks. So basically, that's 6% damage reduction on every single thing around you. I've seen a lot of people use Pulverize, try and just go for like a main damage, then it reduces all damage taken by 9%. Pulverize would be good if you're just like a main tank. If you're just tanking a boss, you only have one enemy to worry about. But when you're pushing through Mythics, chances are you're not just pulling one mob at a time. Rend and Tear seems to be just the no-brainer there. But, I mean, if you're raiding and you're just, like I said, you're the main tank, all you're doing is focusing on holding aggro on a boss, or if you're the off-tank, whatever the case may be, I think Pulverize would be a better route for you to go in that way. So, moving on to, let's see here, your weapon trees. This gets a little fishy. Once you get through the whole Legion thing, you can get your Fortitude of the Cenarian Mark. That's your first trait. I kind of screwed up. The way you're supposed to go is to come through here and go ahead and grab your last one. I kind of went through and just started adding Reinforced Fur. Iron Fur increases your armor by additional 16%. Right now, my Iron Fur increases my armor by 96%. And if I play my Rage right, I can get that stacked up to 3 times. I mean, I shoot my armor up to like 70,000, which is just freaking insane. It's like 60-some thousand. It increases my physical damage reduction by like 130%. It's ridiculous. I basically take no damage. So I went into Reinforced Fur. Let's see here. And then I know I went into my stamina one, and then I started coming this route. My problem is I'm very bad with, like I said, I play multiple specs, so I don't ever just like stack all of my AP into one trait. It's just a bad habit of mine. I also went into Urzok's Endurance, increases the duration of Bark Skin, Iron Fur, and Mark of Your Soul by 3 seconds. Honestly, this is totally up to you. You can go this route and grab this extra chance for an additional Thrash. Me personally, I went into damage mitigation as much as possible before I started coming this way. This is going to be nice, getting an extra charge of Fringe Regeneration. That'd be pretty sweet. And we'll be getting that here soon. For the 64, probably like 80 million. But this is entirely up to you, the path you want to choose. But if you go to like Icy Veins and you follow their guides are actually like pretty spot on when it comes to either going for damage output or going for survivability. I've always chosen survivability. And now for stat priority. A lot of Druids, they just want to like stack Mastery to have like this really high hit pool. As you see, I have like 7.3 million hit points. I tried to find a balance between versatility and mastery. As you see, I have 77, 47 versatility. I got 11,000 mastery. Of course, I have more mastery. because not only does it increase my hit points, it increases the healing that I receive by 18% and my attack power. So I mean, that right there is my damage. That's my health. It's how much I get healed. Mastery is, of course, your #1 stat. There's really no reason to stack a huge much of agility. Yes, it increases your dodge, but like, who really goes for dodge these days? It's kind of, I don't know, just, I don't ever see dodge. I mean, I have an 18% chance to dodge. There's diminishing returns. There's no diminishing returns on your Iron Fur. So to me, it just, and there's no diminishing returns on versatility. So I don't even really mess with agility. If it's a 20 to 30, item level difference, I'll take it. But I'm not gonna, like, if the stats are better, if that makes any sense. You don't really go for agility. Your stat priority is going to be mastery, less than, greater than versatility. Then comes agility. Then comes haste. Then comes critical strike. Critical strike is really the last one on the list. There's really no reason for critical strike. Like a holy warrior, or I'm sorry, a prot warrior or a holy pally, I believe their critical strike also increases their parry or some shit like that. We don't have nothing like that, so don't even really worry about critical strike. Just try and go for mastery, versatility, and haste gear, because haste reduces your cooldowns, which really helps. We're not like a prot warrior. We don't have to get to 30% haste, but having haste helps. When it comes to enchants, like I said, I play multiple tunes, so I kind of like enchant my gear to help both of them in a sense on rings. But typically you want to gem versatility and enchant mastery. That's how I've kind of done it. Here I've got a versatility enchant. This one's a mastery enchant. You could go with the thick hide, whatever it is. It like has a chance to increase your armor by 3,000. That's if you really need to like not take shit tons of damage, but I hardly take damage. That having 600 mastery just helps me out more. Like I said, your mastery increases your maximum health, it increases the healing you receive, and it increases your attack power. I mean, so you're getting 3 things from one stat. You definitely want to just get mastery whenever you can. And that is pretty much basically it. I mean, I'm really not going to charge in and show you how to do the abilities. I mean, it's pretty simple. You mangle whenever you can, you thrash whenever you can, and you just keep Iron Fur up as much as possible. And I promise you, you take so much like less damage than every other warrior or every other pally. It's freaking insane. Right now, the Druids are in a really good spot, and I tried to keep this video as short and as sweet as I possibly could. I don't think I forgot anything. We went over gear, we went over talents, and we went over your artifact, and that's really all that you need to know. I mean, guys, this class is super fun. I mean, I'm still using healing wrists right now, and I'm just still having an incredible time playing the Druid, and I know you guys will too. You just got to give it a chance, and there's just too many people out there who are speccing these Druids wrong, and they're just putting shame to the name. So I do apologize. It's been a long time since I've done a video. I've never done a video with recording with OBS, so I hope it turns out well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, just click the thumbs up button. Let me know if you guys want me to go over any other class. I'm very well healing Druid. I'm very well healing on my Shaman. I mean, all of my tunes are right around 900 or more. So if you want another class, let me know. I'll be sure to do it. I'll be happy to do it. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.